Amanda, and I'm coming to you with day 11 of 30 Inks 30 Days. Yeah, so here we have Colorverse Walk the Dog. It was our ink from yesterday. And yeah, it's a lovely green, beautiful ink, lovely pen. Yeah, so just an overall grand experience. Somebody asked me in the comments if I like a Zoom nibs from other brands, and I don't necessarily know that other brands have something specifically exactly like the Zoom nib. I think the closest comparison is maybe the Platinum Coarse nib, which is, I think, Platinum's version of a double broad. I don't have one of those to play with, so I am curious to try one day. It's just not something that I've gotten yet. So, yeah, so there's that. But, yeah, so I haven't tried any other nibs that may be equivalent from another brand. This is my first experience. I got the Zoom nib because when I was at the show, I asked to try it out, and yeah, then I just decided to buy it. I actually don't use this pen a whole lot. I think I end up writing with it pretty broadly, and it's a little too broad for me, so I don't actually use it a whole lot, but yeah, so anyway, so that's what this pen is. So we have another pen request. This was a pen request from a viewer, and so that's why I chose it. And then today we have another pen request. I'm still going to do a random ink draw instead of trying to match it, but we're going to use my Pelikan M400 in the White Tortoiseshell finish, because we had a question about the gold nib versus the steel nib of the 200. So I was actually going to show off my swirl, but I think that's in my work bag still from the other day. So anyway, so I have a Pelikan M205 Aquamarine here, and I think this is a medium nib. Yeah, this is a medium nib, and then this is a medium nib, but this is the medium gold nib. So we will compare these to each other. So yeah, because the question in the comments was how the steel nib compares to the gold nib and is it worth it? And honestly, I haven't used this pen. It's a pretty brand new addition to my collection, and I haven't used it enough to really be able to speak about it, but I know that I like the bounciness of the steel nib. So anyway, we're gonna pick an ink. If it doesn't match, I'm sorry. But I'm not gonna pick a specific ink. So okay, so we're going to go ahead, and I haven't mixed it up, but I don't know what's in here, so I'm just gonna go. I think I reached over here. No, I reached in the middle last time, so, and I reached on the left, so I'm gonna go I'm gonna reach on this side somewhere, or should I do it in this corner here? I don't know. Ramona, where should I go? I'm just gonna go here. We're gonna get whatever this one is and hope it's in frame. I think it's a sample in frame. If it's a Casey ink, I'm tossing it back and we'll pick a different ink. So okay, so let's see what we've got here. We have Diamine Woodland Evergreen that actually sort of matches. It's like green. This is actually, it doesn't look like it's a pen friend sample, but this is actually a sample that I received in my birthday ink package from Creepy Nibs. So yay. So another green. We've got a green thing going on. I actually have to fill out my Hobonichi calendar. I haven't filled it out since like the 7th. Did I even fill it out for the 7th? I haven't filled it out, so I'm filming this on the 10th, obviously, because that's the reason these are up. Yeah, oh, the 6th. I haven't filled it out since the 6th, so I have to fill, this whole weekend. Yeah, but it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a green thing going on here, so that's awesome. Okay, so I'm very excited. Today's going to be kind of chatty, I guess. I'm very excited. So much has happened today. We're going to go ahead and do our splats. Oh, and somebody else in the comments asked about where to get the vial holder. This is a toothbrush holder that pen friend Cassandra actually sent me, and she got it from Daiso. I've had this like a year now at this point, probably, or almost a year, and I don't know if Daiso still sells them. You might be able to search on the internet. I kind of Googled cat toothbrush holder and got some options that were on Etsy, but nothing that actually looked exactly like this. So anyway, so to those of you who are wondering, I know I don't mention it every single time, but I guess maybe I should. Kind of like the glass dip pen. Those are the things I get questions on a lot. So yeah, or maybe just have it in the description. Anyway, it needs a bath. It's seen better days. It's a little dirty, but yeah, this is my little kitty cat vial holder. And this is Diamine Sherwood Green, or Woodland Green, sorry, Woodland Green. Oh, I wonder if this is the base color for Shimmertastic Magical Forest. Awesome. These splats are kind of like, I kind of want a bigger splat. I'm gonna do, there we go. That's what I want. I'm just splattering ink all over the place at this point. Okay. Now that I've made a right mess, how do I do this? Let me cap my sample so I don't spill it, because that would be bad. Alright, I'm going to set that off to dry, and then we'll fill our pen, and then we'll talk about, oops, wrong pen. So this is a piston filler. The M400 is actually the same size as the M200. The M400 has the gold nib though. So the M400 has the gold nib, but it's the same size as the M200. So, okay, let's go ahead and zoom on in. I'm probably smearing this green ink. The ink is Diamine. I don't know, is it White Tortoiseshell? Okay, so that's the medium gold, and I'm gonna do the medium steel. So I will say that the medium on the gold nib is a little, I don't know if you can see that. It seems like it's a little broader than the line of the steel nib. I do want to kind of like do like you can push it a little bit. I don't feel like the gold nib is as bouncy as the steel nib. So there's that. I feel like the steel nib, and I don't know if it's something to do with the feeds. Are the feeds the same? I'm looking at the nib shape, and I feel like the nib shape is a little different. I feel like this, it seems like it's more slender. I think the feeds are probably the same though. I feel like the steel nib is a little more slender though, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. You be the judge. Let me know what you think. I think the steel nib seems a little more bouncier, so we'll try it. We'll try it in just a second. Let me finish this. thank you. You, my dear, sweet friendo, for this lovely ink sample. You're the best. Love you. Alright. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my dear friendo. My sweet Saint Laura. Thank you. Okay. Alright, we've messed around on this paper. Let's go ahead and do our other paper, and then we'll do a little bit more writing samples at the end. So in case anybody doesn't care about hearing about the M400 and the M200. This green is like a really happy green. Okay, but anyway, I was going to chat about other things while I do this. So, I guess since this is a Creepy Nibs ink sample, I can talk about this. So today, it's the 10th, and I was watching my favorite, well, one of my favorite. I have like 2 streamers that I watch like every single day almost, and then, except when they don't stream, and then I have like streamers that I sort of fill in the holes when other people, I don't watch TV anymore, I just watch people play video games. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. Okay. Anyway, so I have these streamers that I watch, and I found them because of Bloodborne, which is a game that I started playing because of Creepy Nibs, and I love it. I'm like freaking obsessed with it. I started playing it like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 months ago. Back in October I started playing it, kind of around my birthday, and which is why I remember exactly when it was. So yeah, so I've been playing, and it's super fun, and I love playing it, and like the whole like Bloodborne community has been like waiting for the makers of this game to like come out with this new game, and I guess it's been like on the table. I don't know. If you're a gamer, you probably know about it. If you're not a gamer, you probably don't care. Anyway, it's called Elden Ring. It's the maker of Bloodborne, collaborating with like George R.R. Martin, who wrote the books the Game of Thrones was based on. And anyway, I'm rambling. But like, I guess there's like a big gaming conference this weekend, and they finally released a trailer for the game that everybody's waiting for. It's called Elden Ring, and I've just like literally been watching it for the last like 3 hours, just like on repeat, because the streamer was streaming the conference thing from today, the little show from today. Anyway, so we watched the thing like 20 times on his stream. And that's pretty much what I've been doing all day. I was going to make all these videos and do all this stuff. I was going to go to the post office. I still can go to the post office, but I got to get dressed, and it's basically the end of the day, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. Pelikan M400. White Tortoiseshell. I got the M400 because it's a lot more readily available. It's easier to find than the M600, and won't break the bank. Yeah. So I'm sort of settling on the size, but actually the size, I don't mind the size. I would prefer a 600, but that's not in the cards right now. I really can't afford it at this point. So yeah. So I like having the M400. It's a nice size. I really like the size of the 200. So there's literally no reason why I wouldn't like the size of the 400. Yeah. I like the gold nib. It's comparable, I would say, to the M600. I think it's a little bit of a smaller nib, but I really like it. So I think one of the questions was, is it soft? And I don't, like, in general, gold is softer than steel, but I don't feel like this is a soft nib, if that makes sense. Most of my gold nibs don't seem like they're very soft, though. I mean, I guess they are softer than steel, but like the only one that I really like, my vanishing point, like that nib, and I don't know if it's because it's so small, but this nib feels really soft when I write with it. But this one, let's see, I'm just gonna, like, I can get line variation, but this nib, I was gonna do this at the end. But this nib, I don't, it bounces. It bounces. It doesn't usually skip like this. I don't think it likes this paper because there's plenty of ink in it. But yeah, I don't know. It bounces. It's not flexy. I'm not trying to say that it's flexy, but it has a bounce to it. And this I don't feel has a bounce to it. Yeah, I do like it though. I like it a lot. I'm a big fan. I like both nibs, honestly, but I think I'm thinking here. Like, this was such a purchase of a finish. Although I love my M600 pens. I love those a whole lot. So I would say, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't not recommend it, but I wouldn't, like, I don't know if it's worth the extra money to you if you want the gold nib, I think, but I don't find it soft or as bouncy as the steel nib, which is why the M205s or the M200/205s really just like throw me for a loop, because they're so bouncy. I don't know if I'm demonstrating it right in the camera, but it's just like, I don't know if you can see this. Like, I don't know if I can do this, but it's just like, I'm not like flexing it, but it feels bouncy, which is not a thing that a steel nib feels like. Like, do I have an inked steel nib here? Yes, I do. Well, that's another Pelikan. Do I have, well, here. Even like this is a gold nib. This is I think it's a 14 karat gold nib. Even this doesn't really seem bouncy. And then I think I have ink in this. I do have ink in this. Here's another steel nib. Like, this just feels hard. My Twisbees feel hard. But this one, just like boingy, 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 boingy. I don't know how to describe it. If anybody else has a Pelikan M205 and a Pelikan M400 and wants to weigh in to help Angela make a decision, like, please do. Because I don't think that I'm helping. I think it just depends on, okay, let's see, let's do this. Do. Like, it's definitely, so it's definitely a smoother nib experience, but I think this medium, the gold medium, is, seems like it's bigger than the steel medium. Like, there's a lot more tipping material on the gold versus the steel. So, let's see. I have another medium steel. Let's see if that... So here's what these three look like. It kind of looks like even the Moonstone might have a little bit more tipping material. Okay, this one isn't as scratchy, but this one is also bouncy, and I get a lot of line variation out of it. I get a lot of line variation. Look at that. It almost, like, I'm pushing it to the point of flexing almost, and I would never do that with this gold nib, ever. Let's see what this one does. I got like too many pens going on. Okay, so I can do that with the, it's not as noticeable as it is with this one, I think. Ooh, that's like super. I need to be careful with this one. I don't want to spring the nib. But yeah, this one almost kind of does feel, is my feet like aligned properly? Yeah, looks like it. That's surprising to me. Okay. Anyway, this video has gone on much longer than anticipated. So anyway, I don't know, Angela, if that helped answer your question. This nib doesn't really feel... Do I have a sailor inked up here? I don't have a sailor inked up right here. Well, I have this one, but this is like such a different situation. Like, I know what you mean about this one being hard. I mean, they call it a hard, it's like literal, well, this is called the zoom nib, but the other ones are like literally called a hard medium or hard fine or hard whatever. And they don't really do anything. So, yeah. I don't know. I think it's up to you. If it comes in a finish that you like and would like the gold nib, or you can also, if you like the finish of a particular M200 better, you can also buy these nibs separately from, I want to say, well, I don't want to say anybody because I don't know for sure, but I know that you can buy these nibs separately if you want to. So I think, I don't know, I would say pick the pen with the finish that you like. So if you have, like, if you like that marble finish, then I would get that, see how you like the nib, and if you don't like the nib or you want to try it, if you want to try the gold nib, then I say get the gold nib and try it out. I don't know, because the nibs just screw out. It's not that hard. It'll literally just, I'll do it right now. I'll show you right now. It just screws out. Ta-da! Look, a nib. It's just a nib unit like that. Okay, I'm gonna put it back though, because I don't want to. So yeah, so it's an easy switch out if you choose to. I mean, I try to get everything I want to try anyway, which I know is not feasible. It's not really feasible for me, but it's not feasible for other people. So I would say pick the pen with the finish that you like the most and go with that. And if it comes, you know, if you want to try the other nib, then try the other nib. Or if you can't make a decision, I don't know. I don't really, I'm not being very helpful. Anyway, 30 inks, 30 days. Thank you so much. Woodland Evergreen. Woodland. I didn't even get the ink name right, y'all. Evergreen. Woodland Evergreen. Okay. So thank you, my dear sweet friend, for this ink sample that we used today. You're the best, and I love you, and you're amazing. And Angela, I don't think this helped at all. I think it probably just confused anything. But if anybody who's watching this video has experience with the M400 nib and the M200 nib, the gold and the steel, please leave your thoughts in the comments. I'm sure that she'd love to hear the feedback. So, yeah. This is day 11. And that big large spot is still drying, but this is what it looks like. Very pretty. I can't wait to see all of these like together. This is like honestly my favorite part. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too, I know it was sporadic and all over the place, but I hope that it helped you in some way, or you found it useful or entertaining or whatever. Yeah, so we're on to the second third of the month, y'all. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what inks I choose next. So thank you again, once and for all, for watching. I will see you very soon, like tomorrow, and and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon. Take care. Love you, bye.